102.7 Kiss FM. It's time for Ryan's Roses. So we got Denise in El Monte here, and let me break it down. Denise says her husband went to visit her sister up north. He said she wasn't feeling well, so she says, I asked about it, and it turns out he was only there for like 2 hours. So Denise, you talked to his sister about the trip, huh?
Yeah, he said, he's going to visit her up north, and he told me that, she was feeling down in the dumps. So maybe like by saying that I wouldn't ask her about her outlet it,
like don't bother her with this. Don't reach out and say, "Oh, I hope you feel better," because it could have been something more personal.
Exactly.
Okay.
But the thing is, like, I'm close to his sister, So,
well, then he's playing with fire by telling you that, and then thinking you're not going to call her.
Exactly. I care about her too. If I hear like that she's down in the dumps and something's wrong, like I'm going to be concerned.
So, Denise, so I understand this. Your husband did visit her, but just not for long?
Oh, yeah. So, like, when I said, hey, how are you? Like, how'd it go? And she's like, oh, it was so nice to see him. She's like, I just wish it was longer. So I kind of, like, pressed her for, I was like, well, how long was he there? And she's like, he just kind of came down for lunch. We had, like, a nice lunch for a couple of hours and just talked, and that was it. But then he was gone the entire weekend.
Where was he for these unrecorded times?
No, he said, like, the way he makes it sound, like when he told me, he said he was with her the entire weekend. But that's
all
not
right, so we have a gap in the story. He was with her, but not the entire weekend. And we need to know where he went, correct?
Yeah. I have no idea. To me, like, in my mind, like, I'm thinking he was on some romantic getaway with another woman. Like, that's what...
It could be true, it could not be true, but hold on. We're going to get into it next. We're into Ryan's Roses. We are making the phone call now to Denise's husband. He went to visit his sister for 2 hours up north, but he was gone for an entire weekend. So Denise calls his sister, and she says, no, he was only here for 2 hours to see me. So where was he the rest of the weekend? That's what you want to know. Denise, we are going to call your husband now. Be very quiet. We're going to offer him some roses and see what we can find out, okay?
Okay.
I need you to say, Ryan, you have my permission to call, and then your husband's name on Kiss FM. Go ahead.
Ryan, you have my permission to call my husband.
Got it. Be very quiet until we tell him he's on the air. Here we go. Good luck.
Hello?
Hi, I'm looking for Simon.
Yeah, this is Simon.
Hi, Simon. My name is Vicky. I'm calling from V's Flowers. How you doing this morning?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. So we actually service the El Monte and surrounding areas of Los Angeles, and we're offering local residents right now a promotion. It's a free dozen red roses that you can send to anybody that you'd like. They are absolutely free. I don't need any billing info or credit card info or anything like that from you. We just hope that you refer us to friends and family if you like our arrangements, and then return as a paying customer someday.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I just need the name of the person you want to send them to.
Denise, my wife.
All right. And then what would you like to put on the card?
Let's keep it sweet. I love you.
I love you. Okay.
Simon, it's Ryan Seacrest. Your voice is being broadcast on the radio, and I need you to know that. And we have your wife, Denise, on the phone. What a sweet message to send with the roses. Well done.
Uh-huh. Oh, thank you. Thanks so much.
Denise, how did that make you feel? Did that make you feel good?
I mean, yeah, he's sending me flowers and that he loves me. So, of course, like, that makes me feel like really warm and fuzzy on the inside.
So, Simon, can I just tell you why we are here? Your wife reached out to us. She told us that your sister was not feeling great or was going through a moment, and you went to go visit her up north.
Right.
And how's your sister doing, okay?
Yeah, much better. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's great. And how much time did you end up spending with her?
I mean, I spent the whole weekend with her. Yeah.
You did? Great. Well, that's all we were calling about, and it's fantastic. I have a sister. It's fantastic that you are there for your sister in a difficult time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I did go see my sister. You know, I went and made sure she was okay, and she is. But I also I got a call from my buddies saying that they wanted to go on a ski trip, and I went. I thought, you know, I didn't have a chance to do this stuff normally, so I went on a ski trip as well.
And why then, Simon, did you lie to your wife about it? Seems sketchy, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I know. I know how it sounds, and it's just because, you know, we do so much stuff together, right? And like it's wonderful and it's awesome, but I always wanted to like go out and do other stuff, and I would ask, and then, you know, she would say something like, "Oh, we can't really do that because we have this commitment," or, "Oh, you know, probably this isn't the best time," and it always just felt like I couldn't go out and do my own thing. So I took the opportunity to go when she wasn't there, because I just wanted to have a chance.
Simon, I don't even know if I believe you. I'm just saying, like, if you're in a relationship where you're sneaking off to go skiing with your buddies and then you don't tell your wife about it, and you just say to her again in this moment you were with your sister who wasn't feeling well, it's bad, bro. Whether you're cheating what she thought you were or not, this is not the way it should be. Do you get it?
No, I do get it, but also, you know, like, if I have my friends are saying like, "Hey, we invite you out to all these things all the time," and I'm always saying no, like, that kind of puts a lot of pressure on me in that way too. You know, like,
hold on. I don't need to hear any more of that. Denise, what's going through your mind?
I mean, here's the thing, like, you know, so a lot of his friends, like, I mean, I love his friends. He has great friends, you know, and I want him to be able to spend time with them. But the thing is, like, you know, we're newlyweds. Most of his friends are single. So, like, I just don't think they kind of understand, you know, that, you know, we have things planned. And I want to spend time with my husband. You know, I'm going to be honest. Like, I'm selfish. Like, I mean, that sounds terrible. But he's my husband, and I love him, and I love spending time with him. You know, I wish he would be a little bit more honest with me, especially about this. Like, if it really was a big deal, if it was that important to him, like, I wish we could have had, like, a more honest conversation, like, rather than him, like, lying about it. You know, I don't like to ski. I always feel like that's just such a dangerous sport. You hear all these stories, and really, you know, like...
But that doesn't even matter. Yes. But the point is, your husband made up a story to go do whatever it was he was going to do, and he did it again just a second ago on the phone. So we're going to let you guys, it's all out in the open. Denise, Simon, you need to address it together and decide what your path is. But thank you very much for coming on, Denise. Thank you for reaching out. Okay, good luck.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. You know, it's like it doesn't matter how you feel about skiing. It's the fact that he went on a trip. He felt like his buddy's pressure should keep him from being honest with his wife, which is a thing we should talk about. I want to go back to the roses for a second. Simon and Denise. So Denise reaches out and says, I found out that my husband, who was gone for an entire weekend, who said he was going to see his sick sister for the whole weekend up north, was only with her 2 hours because I called his sister. I mean, Simon, wouldn't he think that she might call to say, I hope you feel better?
No, he wasn't really thinking it through.
So then he admits to us that, okay, I did see her for 2 hours, but my buddies really wanted me to go skiing, and I felt the pressure of that, so I went with them on a ski trip, and I didn't tell my wife, and I still lied about it when I got home.
It's horrible.
We don't even know if that's what happened, but let's assume that's what happened. Why can't he just say, hey, my friends want me to hang out on a ski weekend? I mean, that seems like something
There's bigger issues in that relationship already. You know, if you're lying about stuff like that, plus that's so dangerous, a ski trip, and not letting your loved ones know where you are. Like, if something went wrong, they would have no idea.
Do girlfriends pressure girlfriends as much as guys pressure guys to go do guys' weekends?
I don't have friends that pressure me like that, but maybe others do.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's like pressure, but I think, when you're in that phase of life where you have, you're all single, and then if you start breaking off into relationships, they still want to do the girls' trips, and you're, you know what I mean, in a different phase.
I've never been a guys' trip guy. Right? I've never been like, hey, let's just go guys for several nights and be with guys. Right. It's just not for me.
And Michael doesn't do
like
that
a
stuff
guys
either.
Weekend? No. Not a guys' weekend guy. I think guys' weekend guys are bored with whatever it is they're involved with, so they want a guys' weekend.
With their lives. Yeah, that's interesting.
Not their lives, with their relationships.
Well, sure. But then there's bachelor parties, and I feel like that's the exception. Like, you obviously have those types of weekends. In your 20s, there's a lot of those because all your friends are getting married.
But it's not, you've got 12 guys trying to get into some place, and you can't even get in. Guys can't get in places.
But there's also different kinds of guys' trips. Like my dad, pre-pandemic, he had a guys' trip once a year with like 6 guy friends, and they would all go to this house and fish and like drink beer or whatever.
Yeah, no, I mean, Tubbs, look, you and I just realized that we are not guys' weekend type of guys, so we should go on a weekend.
So you become those guys.
I guess that would work. What about Robbie? I'd like for you to ask Robbie. Does he go on guys' weekends?
No, he's not a guys' weekend kind of guy. He does with his brother for like his brother's birthday. He'll take him away for the weekend.
I get that.
Yeah.
But like, we're guys' weekend guys.
No.
It's like my friends are like, hey, let's a bunch of us guys go play insert sport. I'm like, no, it's not what I want to do.
No.
Not a guys go play with sports guys.
No.
Guy. But I don't think you find that shocking. If I were good at a sport, maybe I would do it.
I don't think
Still
you
scarred.
would.
Well, look, Tanaz, my roommate, tried to get me to go play pickup basketball all the time when I first moved to Burbank, and I had to make up every excuse not to go. And I went once, and it was the worst experience ever. When you talk about embarrassing yourself as a new moving in person to the city with all the guys in the neighborhood.
Oh, man.
It'll keep you from going back to any guy's thing.
You're scarred.
I truly am. Mm-hmm. And every weekend, you want to play? I'm like, no, I don't. No, I can't. Why? Because I suck and I'm working.
Yeah, and I'm working.
But I'm really just that I suck.